The Seahawks are back in the building for Tell the Truth Monday following their 30-23 win over the San Francisco 49ers. What's going on? Jackie Montgomery with your Seahawks Daily. Well, happy Victory Monday. Pete Carroll and the team had a lot of positives to talk about when they watched the film after the wild win against the San Francisco 49ers. We'll start with Russell Wilson, who had his highest completion percentage of the year at 81%, completing 30 of his 37 passes for 231 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception.
With Russ, I just watching it go, happen and watching what he's had to focus to get ready to play each week, the time he's had to spend on his rehab and his work and all of that. I think he's over the top of that now. That's my opinion. You got to ask Russ, particularly, but he'll continue to work it because he's still got to, he's still got to maintain where he is and try to continue to get better. But I think most of it's behind him now, and so I just think it just gets him more confident, more clear, more apt, more just more available to all of the faculties it takes to play the position, and I just think he's at his best. Plus, he sat out for a month, and that's just in itself. You're talking about a Maserati, it's finely tuned and ready to roll, and it's got to be prepared and all that, and we couldn't do much with him, when he was on IR. So. And he's going to be better this week too, and I think he'll have the chance to continue to improve throughout the rest of this season, and he'll feel better about everything that we're asking him to do, and hopefully we'll make more plays.
Sunday was Rashaad Penny's most productive game in over 2 years. Now fully healthy, the fourth-year running back rushed for 35 yards on 10 carries and also had a 27-yard reception. It was the most rushing yards for Penny since Week 13 of the 2019 season. But it was also some of the things that don't show up on the stat sheet, like the huge blitz pickup that allowed Wilson to complete a pass for a first down.
Guys really recognized that when we watched the film today as a team. We showed that play. I think this was a good start for him. I think this is a start for him. I don't think he really has had a chance yet to start this season. And so this was the best opportunity that he's had, and I'm hoping that we can jump from here. He does look explosive. He does look like you can feel the big playability in him. And when he gets on the edge, like on the screen, I thought he was gone. And last week when he popped, I thought he was going to get out there and still make great plays on both of them. Like 20-yard plays on both of them. So he is important to us. We need him. And particularly without Chris's factor in here, they're totally different style runners, but yet they both factor into the explosiveness of our game, and so it's great to have him going, and I'm really hoping that he can have a good solid week and come back and build one on another and see if we can't get rolling here as we finish up this year.
With the team dealing with injuries, especially on the offensive line, several younger players and some new faces had their numbers called. Rookie D. Eskridge scored a touchdown and put up the best numbers of his young career. Rookie offensive linemen Stone Forsythe and Jake Curran both played the most they have all season.
That was a really good showing by those guys. Can you imagine Stone goes in there and there's Bosa on the other side first couple snaps? That's a real test. But they did do well, and I was really fired up that we got a different variety of balls, out towards D. Eskridge, so he could make some different plays. He had to play on the sidelines. He had the one for the touchdown. He had the crossing route, which was great. Yeah, we do need those guys to show up and come through, and they did exactly what we needed them to do the other day and survived it, really. I think it's harder for Jake playing guard. He's a tackle, and he had to go over at left guard, and he made it through it. And I know that both those guys learned a lot up front.
The Seahawks defense shut out the 49ers in the second half. It all started with stopping San Francisco's run game, which had been one of the best in the NFL in the weeks leading up to the matchup.
Well, we played the run really well throughout the game, and we were in control of that, and we were really pleased about that and felt like that was the key to the game. We had a couple plays. There was two plays that never should have got out. The touchdown pass, both of the touchdown passes to Kittle were errors that we should have been able to stop those, and that was it. We felt like we had played well other than that, and so we just needed to clean up a couple of the errors that we made, and our guys did a great job at halftime and came out in the second half and just put it together and shut it down, and that was fantastic. And the run, I think they ran the ball for 20 yards or something, or 30 yards in the second half, and we were able to control the line of scrimmage well.
There was a lot of aggressive play calling by Pete Carroll, the fake punt, a 56-yard field goal attempt, to going for it on 4th down, just to name a few. It was a mindset he had going into the game.
I was just looking for opportunities to to be clear about our intention and make sure that we weren't sitting back and kind of waiting for our chances at all. Sometimes you can play the game and hold on to the kind of the rhythm of it and wait it out. And I didn't want to wait it out in this game. I had a lot of respect for their team, thought that they had a chance to be really explosive on both sides of the football, and we needed to really be going for it and then not waiting to see how the game turned out in this case. So they've just been playing so well. And so that probably was what upped me a little bit in the things that we did. And I was jacked up about the game just like the players were. And so, that's kind of what I was just playing it with them.
The players have Tuesday off, but will return to the VMAC on Wednesday when they start preparation for Week 14 and the 2-10 Houston Texans.